Hello, all you beautiful souls out there. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our energy check that I've been doing almost every day. We just find what's in the energy, what spirit wants to talk about. I am going to remember this time that at the end, if you stay tuned, at the end we're going to do a yes/no question answered by the split decisions deck. So you could be thinking about that. I finally remembered to say something at the beginning. I've been bad about doing that. I keep meaning to. And then, so what do we have? We have past life. Past life energy has been coming up in a lot of the readings this week. A lot of them. Either soulmates, twin flames, past life. This elusive card, it came up, I think, in yesterday's reading as well. And I shuffled these decks pretty good before the start of this reading in confusion. So we have elusive, confusion, past life. So this is, I'm gonna guess somebody is confused about their feelings, mistakes. Yeah, I feel like somebody might have some regret about their actions. Yeah, elusive come back out again. So we'll go ahead and take that because that seems to be the main theme there, is the elusiveness. So we'll definitely get into and clarify that in more detail. Also, if you have any questions about any decks that I use, please feel free to ask in the comments down below, and I'll get that answered for you. If there's any decks that you're interested in that I use that you don't know what they are, I will put those down in the comments for you if you ask. So we're going to get one of these. I have a couple decks that wanted to come out and play with the overall energy today. So we have manifestation. So this almost is giving me the vibe with the manifestation coming on the elusive card. It's almost like someone's trying to manifest something into their life and they're having trouble doing that. Somebody's manifestations are blocked or feel like they're blocked. Like it's just not coming to fruition in the way that they maybe want it to. And then we have rats, 7, or it's 7 and 23. So that's 5 and 7 can be both cards of change. There's actually, interesting enough, 7 rats there. I guess that's supposed to represent the 7 clubs. But the thing is it's giving me this, it looks like the chariot card on there. And the chariot is about aligning with a certain energy so that we can move a certain energy frequency so we can move forward. It's forward movement, but it's only forward movement when we can get the reins when we can get the reins of the whatever is drawing the carriage under control. So we have to get things under control, in this instance the rats. And so I heard the term bats in the belfry, so it that came through. So it's almost like there might be something here around especially with the manifestation and elusiveness coming out here, that there might be something attached to something mentally that might be getting in your way of your manifestations, if this is you, or because we're pulling on the current energy, it's telling me that might be right now may not be the most opportune time or best time to be trying to manifest something new into your life, because it may not come in the way that you want it to come, if that makes sense. So just be careful with anything you're trying to manifest at this time, because it's telling me the energy is not conducive to forward success. If it's going to escape you, or it's going to come in a way that is not what you wanted, because we have 2 cards. These are both reminding me of the 7 of Swords here, because we have this dishonesty, deception, elusiveness. That is almost everything of the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords almost in reverse, the negative aspects of the Seven of Swords. And then we have this other seven down here, and seven sevens may be important at this time if you want to look those numbers up, or if you're seeing multiple sevens, it might be a sign for you that this message may resonate, may be meant for you. But it really is, or 237 even. I'm seeing that, being highlighted to me right now. But it really is telling me, because even with this card, it gives me a Seven of Swords vibe too. I think that's what it's meant to be with the rats, because rats are usually, we associate rats with like this trickery or being thieves. Okay, well, we had a bunch of cards just fall out. I don't believe in coincidences, so we're gonna see what's here. So that it says to hold off on those. So we're gonna start with what fell out here. We have the Fool, the Six of Coins, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups. So this reading is going to be a little bit different today. And then we have the Page of Coins. Am I going to fit these all in? We may have to move things over a little bit. The Ten of Cups. Let's see if we can move these over just slightly so I can get these all in. I did not expect this many cards to come out. And then the Devil, rounding it all up at the end. Okay. So, and then we're going to look at these cards in a minute because Spirit told me to hold off on them. Okay, so with this, it's telling me, I was meant to lay these out in a progression in the order they are, because I did, like I said, shuffle these decks before we started. And so we have the Fool. The Fool is about, wanting something, desiring something, willing to go after something, willing to take the risk towards something new, to start a new adventure, a new endeavor. With the Six of Coins, it's talking about wanting to give to something. So we're wanting to embark on a journey to give of ourselves, of our emotional selves, in a open-hearted way, but that will lead us potentially to the Ten of Cups. Now, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, but here's the monkey in the wrench. Okay, we may either be doing this or going after this. This is kind of almost telling me somebody that might be going after love. You don't have to be. But it's kind of like in a way, the fool's journey. The devil can talk about being obsessed, and we can be obsessed in a good way or a bad way. It can be, sometimes that obsession energy can be a positive thing, because it helps us, like, give us the drive and determination to continue with something or to keep doing something. But in this case, it's like, the snake feels like it's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And so this is like, it's like almost like, be careful of the pitfalls. We do have the Seven of Clubs, which, like I said, this feels to me almost like Seven of Swords. This feels like the Seven of Swords. And we have the manifestation, and this does talk about almost like somebody that could be trying to manifest love or manifest something they desire. The Ten of Cups is something we desire. So this is like talking about manifesting something we desire, but being cautious of the pitfalls. Let me put it that way. That this obsession, we may in this moment in time, there's something that we might desire greatly, but it might be a double-edged sword. It might look good on the surface, but later, are we going to still want it? Is what's coming through. Are we going to still want this? 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line, even though we really, right now in this moment, this is something we think that we want. It's telling me with this elusive energy, it might, in the manifestation card, that it may not be exactly what you want. There might be a piece missing. There might be something that we're just having I feel like this devil is just kind of a caution note, like that this could be a slippery slope, so to speak, is what's coming through. So so let's get to these cards, that the other cards, because those all fell out upright. These came in upside down. So these are a separate message. So let's see what these three cards are. We have the Two of Coins, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So it tells me here that there might be a decision to make, because the Two of Pentacles it is about bringing something into balance, but it also, twos are always about a choice. There's something like, usually the Two of Pentacles is somebody juggling. They're juggling multiple things, and they're juggling so much that they either need to get those pentacles, those balls under control. But that comes to, it's almost like a reprioritizing of values, if that makes sense. The Two of Pentacles is like, we have to make choices on what we're prioritizing to get things under control, to find balance within our life, because we have maybe too much stuff on our plate, we're juggling too much, or we have too many balls up in the air. We may have to reprioritize our values. So this is saying we may have to reprioritize our values to obtain our wish fulfillment, and that might be a challenge. That might be difficult for us to do at this time. And that's why I feel like the message here, it's interesting, because I think we're getting to the heart of the matter here, is that it may come down to what we're prioritizing, or what we're choosing may not be the right thing to put emphasis on or to prioritize. We think that it is going to be our wish fulfillment, that would make things easier, but it's saying with the Ten of Wands here that it won't be as easy as we thought it would be originally. And that's why I think the devil is kind of lurking on the outskirts. I see that this devil's kind of lurking on the edges, on the periphery. Like I said, somebody's always watching you. And it's more that our subconscious is always watching us. It always knows what is for our highest good. And so I feel like, in the moment, we're almost being fed a pipe dream. It might be because of the planetary influences at this time. I know that Venus is big into play right now. I think Venus and Mercury are both in retrograde. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not an astrologer. I never will claim to be. But I think Mercury and Venus are both in retrograde. And I think that's playing a big part here. I think it's playing a big part in the fact that we might be, our feelings, because we have the Queen of Cups, and we had we have the Knight of Cups with the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. There's all this cups energy. So our emotions might be feeding us a pipe dream, thinking that something it's gonna be easy to just express our love and put our love and effort and energy, give to something emotionally that we feel as our Ten of Cups. But in the end, it's saying we have this elusive card, this dishonesty, this Rat's card that can talk to deception as well, and the fact that this looks like the Chariot, and the need to get something under control, the need to make sure we're steering the Chariot in the right direction. And I feel like that's the issue here, is that we may not be seeing something. There's when this becomes difficult, or we think it's going to be easy, but when it becomes difficult, when this choice that we made becomes difficult, it could still potentially lead to our Ten of Cups. We could still have that Ten of Cups. But with the Ten of Wands being here, it's telling me that this will be challenging. And it's when in those moments of challenge Can we keep ourselves from falling into behaviors that may sabotage whatever it is you're trying to manifest? Okay, so keep that in mind, that I think that the energies right now are conducive to almost selling you a pipe dream. And that's what I feel like. It's not that it isn't a manifestation that maybe you're worthy of, or that you deserve, or that you want. Not saying any of those things. I'm saying it might feel later on like it was a pipe dream. So we feel like in the moment we feel like everything's wonderful, everything's great, but down the road it's going to become difficult. This dream is going to require some work and some effort. It's going to be hard. And so it's like deceptive in that way of, at first it's very easy. It's going, it's flowing, it's really good. But then what happens when Venus and Mercury get out of retrograde and shift back into going direct? The energy is going to change. So like right now, it's flowing well and it's going good. But when things change and it becomes difficult, that's when, like, we're going to feel like, is this possible? Can I, again, it's coming through with this strong uh, message that came out the other day, and came out, I think, in the next 72 hours reading I did yesterday, is this sustainable in the long run? And I think that it is. I think that it is. Don't get me wrong. I believe that it can be, but you have to be aware that there's going to come a point in this that you could potentially sabotage it. Okay, and that potential to sabotage this is around the corner at every turn. Okay, so you really have to make sure you know where you're going. You have to make sure that you're leading that chariot in the right direction, that you have those rats under control. And I see, like I said, again, bats in the belfry coming through, but it really is talking about our own mental state and our own mental clarity, and making sure that we remember the reasons why we're doing this, and that we keep the momentum going forward, and keep our mindset focused on the end goal, okay, or focused on the reasons why we originally wanted this in the first place. Because there are going to come moments where it's going to be challenging, it's going to be difficult, and we have to remember why we wanted it in the first place. We have to remember what made us go after this in the first place, what opened our heart to this, or made us want to give to this, whatever it is for you. Okay, so it's definitely saying that this could potentially be something big. It's something that we do really desire, that we're opening up to, and it could be beautiful. It can be beautiful, but the universe is saying that there is going to come times, and this could be our wish fulfillment, and there could be times, but one, it's going to take reprioritizing and reprioritizing certain things in our life, um, to understand the value of this. There might be things that come up that get in the way, that we have to understand where this takes priority and how important this is. And there might be times where we're juggling different things, which will make this harder to maintain. You know, whatever that is for you, there is this challenge a bit attached to it, and there is this possibility that we can lose sight of the prize or the gold. It could become elusive. This manifestation could become elusive, because we could get bogged down in other things, that distract us, or that challenge us to keep our eye on the prize, so to speak. So that's the message that wanted to come through. Really interesting message there. So let's go ahead. If you, I remembered at the beginning of the reading. I'm so happy. And by the way, these readings are always timeless. So when you find them, you're meant to find them. The message is meant for you. There's no time limit on them. So whenever you find it, there's that's where you are right now in the timeline. Every point in time is always at the same, like we're living in the past, present, and future in every moment of every day. It just depends on where we're jumping, like where we are in the timeline continuum personally, by the choices that we made. So with all that being said, if this did resonate with you, I hope you'll hit that like button, and I hope you're thinking of a question. If you're not, or if you don't have a question in mind and you'd like to ask one, make sure you pause the video so before I pull the card so that you can get your answer to your question. So what is the answer to my collective's yes/no question for today? So we have a no. We've had a lot of no's the last several days. We've had a lot of no's. So it's telling me, that what this is really telling me is all these no's coming out, that this might not be the best time to start something, to initiate something, or if it is, it's just, there's again this like caution. Okay, was starting something right now, not ready to get started, plans are not fully formed, are so yeah, I feel like there is this, I was talking about, there may not, the sustainability, it keeps coming through, that there's like this underlying tone of every reading I've done this week, about stability. Is it sustainable? Is what you're doing sustainable? Have you thought about how to sustain whatever you're wanting to begin, or to leap toward? Is it sustainable in the long term? And that has been the underlying, like the undercurrent of like almost every reading I've done this week. It's a really strong message that keeps wanting to come through over and over again. That this is a time to be planning, and to make sure that we're crossing all our T's, dotting all our I's, so to speak, before we jump into something new, to make sure that that everything is, that the timing is right. Because I feel like the thing is it's kind of telling me that this is a time for reflection, not a time necessarily maybe to jump into something huge and new. That's not to say that if you jump into something new that it's not going to work out. The message said, it's just going to be, it may be difficult to sustain it. Okay. It may be challenging or difficult to sustain it based on the current energy right now. Not to say that it isn't possible. Okay. So it's almost saying, have you thought this through before taking the action you're taking? Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this resonated with you in some way, and I hope you got the messages that you needed to receive. I thank you so much. I wish you the best. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my lovely friends.